Hello, my dear students. I would like to welcome you all for the 45th session of your syllabus innovation. In this PPT video session, we are going to have the continuation part of the story all about a dog written by A.G. Gardiner. So let's have a small recapitulation of the previous session, what we have already discussed. In the previous session, discussion was held about the author and his works. We came to know A.G. Gardiner is the author of this story, and about his important works, discussion was held on these things. And also, you have worked in group to discuss the behavior of the conductor towards the passengers. So, what kind of behavior the conductor was having towards the passengers? He had such a rude behavior. So, his condition was the lady has to take out the dog from the bus, or else she has to go to the upper deck of the bus. And learning objectives, or you will understand the narrative style and the simple incident developed in an interesting story. So the incident has happened in the bus, it happened in the London street. And session outcomes, you don't have to worry about session outcomes. After listening to this session, you will be able to understand the story and its development through simple narrative structure. And also, you will come to know about the law and its workability in human life. So, how we have to abide by law, and how to follow the rules which are implemented by different governments of our particular countries. So in the next slide, we are going to have discussion on a few contents, the progression of the lesson. So in our last previous session, we had discussed half of the story, and in this session, we will have the progression and the continuation part of the lesson. The storm rose high inside. It is a phrasal verb used by the author. Let's see what does it mean. A.G. Gardiner's view on the rules, and also we will come to know why were the rules important, and also we'll have information about the conductor's justification, what justification he is going to give to the passengers. And also we'll have session summary, and as usual you will have to answer for some multiple choice questions. At the end of the session you will find references. Let's start with the progression of the lesson. Let's start the continuation part of the story. Let's see what is meant by the phrasal verb. The storm rose high inside. So what is inside? Where is that inside? So inside the bus, what is happening? A lady with seal skin, she has entered into the bus with a dog, and it was opposed by the conductor. The conductor is saying the dog has to be taken out, and then only he can move the bus, and he will sign the driver to take the bus further. So until then the bus will never move. So it was his condition, and he was completely abiding the law. He is completely following the law and rules which were implemented by the government. But the weather condition was very bad. It was bitter cold, right? The storm rose high inside means all passengers were opposing the conductor because of his ill behavior to the young lady. Rules have to be followed, but it has to look into the situations and different kinds of circumstances. The conductor is showing completely ill behavior, his rudeness towards the young lady. The young lady is not willing to taking out the dog, but the conductor is forcing like her anything to forcing her like anything to take the dog out. Everyone was on the side of the lady and dog. So all the remaining passengers were arguing behalf of the lady. They were all opposing the conductor's ill behavior. At last, lady agreed to go on the top, and the matter seemed to settle. for an extent, the lady agreed to take the dog out, and she decided to go to the top, to the upper deck of the bus, and it seemed the matter has been settled. But a few minutes later, the situation did not change as the woman with dog returned to the lower deck very soon. So when she went to the upper deck, she couldn't tolerate the killing chill. So she has come back to the she has returned to the lower deck of the bus. Again, the issue has been started. The conductor went to help the driver. At the same time, the bus was broken down. The conductor was helping the driver. In the meantime, the sealskin lady stole down once the engine was put right. So the engine was repaired and it was put right. The conductor came in and saw the lady and pulled the bell again. So when he sees the lady again, he got angry again and he pulled the bus, and again the bus stopped. The same drama went on till the lady had to get on. The argument of the conductor was the lady has to get down. Until she goes out, the bus will never move. So it was his argument. But passengers were all supporting the lady who was holding a dog with her. So, an A.G. Gardner's view on the rules. Let's see what are the views of A.G. Gardner on the rules. According to A.G. Gardner, there are different rules framed for public guidance. Of course, we all know that we are abide by law, and different kinds of rules and regulations have been framed for the purpose of public guidance and their convenience. The same argument, the A.G. Gardiner is in the same opinion. Meaning and purpose of rules should be born in our mind. Besides knowing the rules, we should be knowing the proper meaning and purpose. Then only there will be complete meaning for any kind of rule, so that we have to keep in our mind. They are meant to be observed in the spirit but not in letter. All the rules should be observed in the spirit, but they should not be observed in black and white. Why were the rules important? ಹಾಗಾದ್ರೆ ಯಾಕೆ ರೂಲ್ಸ್ ತುಂಬ ಇಂಪಾರ್ಟೆಂಟ್ ಆಗಿದ್ದಾವೆ? Rules were important for the bus conductor because they were made for everyone's benefit. Of course, the conductor is following the rule and he is willing to follow the rule because the rules were not made by himself. They were made by the government for the sake of passengers' goodness. They might be harsh at times, hurting human sentiments, yet they were formulated for the sake of following. Moreover, he might have been irritated because of the chilly weather outside, hence carried grudges against almost all the commuters who boarded the bus. The conductor's justification. What justification the conductor is going to give to the remaining passengers of the bus? The bus conductor did not allow the lady to travel along with her dog. He was just following the rule because any kinds of animals are not allowed into the bus, inside the bus, according to law, according to rule. So the conductor did not allow the lady to travel along with her dog, and it was against the rule. Because it was against the rule, and he was sure that the public took him to be rude and inconsiderable, and he made sure to follow it. So when he sticked on to the rule, so he seemed a very rude. He was considered ill behavior fellow, but because it was not his fault. He said to all the passengers in the bus, he tried to convince all the passengers in the bus that rules were meant to be followed and not to be broken. So this sentence is such a beautiful one. We have to keep in our mind. See, why the rules are made in each society, in each for the people community, because to be followed and not to be broken. In the previous session, I spoke about traffic rules, why they were made for the security of the people, for the rescuing the life of human beings of the people community, right? But they are not to be broken, they have to be followed. But sometimes people are crazy of breaking the rules. He made sure that the bus did not move until his orders were followed, irrespective of the freezing weather outside. But here, humanity is very important. It has been told in the beginning of the story that the weather is very chill, it is very cold, there was bitter cold outside, and the woman, she was carrying the dog, but at the time sending her out, it's not fair. So that is what he made sure that the bus will not move further until the orders were followed. What were the orders? Just taking the dog out, going out along with the dog from the bus. Session summary. What did we discuss in this session till now? All the passengers opposed the conductor's ill behavior towards the young lady. So there were a few passengers in the bus. So when they saw conductors was showing ill behavior towards towards the young lady, they opposed him. They told him to take both of them into the bus. Even though it was chilling outside, the conductor insisted that the lady must go to the top. At the top, in the upper deck, it was very cold, and the conductor insisted the lady to go out, or else to go out of the bus. The lady agreed and went on to the top. When the bus's engine started, the conductor saw the lady again and pulled the bell again. At the same time, the bus engine was broken down, and he went to help the driver. At the time, the lady has come back to the lower deck and she was seated. So when he sees again the lady, again he opposed her and pulled the pulled the bell, and he made the bus to be stopped. The same drama went on till the lady had to get down. So till the lady getting down, the same drama continued for a while. Okay, this shows, see, all these things are being explained by the unnamed narrator of the story. Okay, the narrator is watching everything, what and all the things are going on in the bus, and he kept watching, and finally he decided that humanity is more important than rules. Dear students, in the next slide you are going to have multiple choice questions. Let me ask you, why did the passengers oppose the conductor? I think you may find the answer very easily. Four options have been given. He did not allow any of the passengers because of his ill behavior. Option C is he abused the lady, and option D is because of his madness. I think you may be getting the right answer. The passengers opposed the conductor because of his ill behavior, because he showed ill behavior towards the young lady. So why did he show ill behavior? Actually, it was not of his fault. He just wanted to follow the rules, but the passengers decided that he was showing ill behavior towards the lady. And here is your second question. Why did the conductor go to driver? So while the argument was going on, at the beginning the lady accepted, she agreed to go to the upper deck, but when the bus's engine was struck down, it was broken down, the conductor goes to driver. So here you might have find the answer. To help him in repairing the engine, to complain about the lady, to ask for training, to drink water. So he goes to conductor. He went to conductor. So he went to the driver to help him in repairing the engine. Obviously, it was his duty to help the engine. It was duty to help the driver during something goes wrong. So option A is the right answer. And here is your third question. Why did the conductor not allow the lady to travel with her dog? Option A, it was against the rule. Option B, the lady was drunk. Option C, the dog was furious. Option D, the weather was very cold. So what is the right answer? The right answer is it was against the rule. So that is what he made an argument with the young lady, but the passengers of the bus decided the conductor was ill-treating the lady. And here it is. Here is your fourth question. What did the conductor order the young lady? Option A, to take ticket, to go out, to sit down, to go on to the top of the bus. So what did he order? He ordered, the right option is to go on to the top of the bus. Initially, she agreed and went to the top of the bus, but after a few minutes, she came back to the lower deck and she was seated. And here is your last question of this session. What was the whole argument about? Option A, to go out. Option B, to take ticket. Option C, to sit down. And option D, about the dog on the bus. So what was the argument topic in the whole story? Option D, about the dog on the bus. If the lady was alone, there was no chance of arguing about anything, because the lady was carrying a dog with her. So that has become the topic of argument in the bus, and it went to the very rude side. At last, you will have information about the references, and I have taken all these informations from your text innovation Board of Studies in English, Coimbatore University, and also I have borrowed a few things from the website www.brainly.in. So by this we have completed the second session of the lesson all about the dog, and one more session is remaining. Let's have discussion the remaining part of this story in our next class, in the next video session. Until then, have a good time. Thank you so much. Thank you, one and all.